Hello, welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. I'm Roadkill, and today I'm going to be going over the Autopilot in the Beechcraft 18. Just for those of you that don't know how it operates, I'm just going to tell you what I've learned along the way. It's definitely, there's more to learn about it, but I'm just going to show you what I've learned, and hopefully it helps you figure it out as well if you have the Beechcraft 18 and you haven't been able to figure out the Autopilot in it. So that's what this video is for. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell to keep up to date on all my latest videos. With that all out of the way, let's get to flying. Okay, so we're going to take off here. We're going to be flying to Holson from Kalispell, which is Glacier Park International Airport. I've got the GPS set up already right there, and as you can see, if we zoom out here, or zoom in, I'm zooming in. If we zoom out here, we've got that pink line there. Right there that we want to follow with the autopilot. So that's what we're going to try to do, and I'm going to try to explain it the best I can as we get going here. Alright, so we're going to take off here. If we can. Hopefully I don't crash. This thing can be quite kind of squirrely on takeoff. That was actually fairly nice of a takeoff there, so we're good. So what I generally try to do before I engage the autopilot, I try to get up to a good altitude before I do it, because sometimes it can cause you to turn and nosedive into the ground. So you want to get good altitude and good airspeed up before you even try to engage the autopilot. So that is what we're going to do here. This is a short flight, and I'm not going to go over everything on the autopilot as I don't know it all, but I'm going to go over what I do know. So that beeping you hear is for the ILS approach for Kalispell, letting you know you're connected to the frequency that guides your airplane in when you do ILS approaches, which is another part of autopilot that's very useful, especially in bad weather, or if you don't know what runway you're landing at. Let's get this all situated here to where I can start the autopilot. So the first thing you're going to want to do is check right here. It says VLOC right there. That's going to be for radio navigation. So you want to click this button over the GPS so that your autopilot reads the GPS and will follow the line. One of the things that I've learned is there is a bug in this aircraft. If you have your landing lights on, it will sometimes glitch out your autopilot. So you want to make sure, if I can get this to work, that your landing lights are off. Let me zoom in here. Get the landing lights off. So now we'll be able to engage that autopilot without any problems, hopefully. So landing lights off, GPS on, and then we want to go over to this white knob here and switch it over to navigation. The NAV mode. That switches it to NAV. There's other settings here that I'm not going to go over, but this is just to follow that heading, that pink line, so that you can focus on other things while you fly. So now that we've got the white knob over to the navigation mode, what you want to do is you can click this roll button right there, it will engage your autopilot. So as you can see right now, we are turning in to the pink line on the GPS. We're following our heading, or our GPS program heading. And if you hit the altitude, it'll level you off so that you maintain the altitude that you are at. And there you have it. That's as easy as it gets. You are now following the pink line on the GPS. And the plane will take you directly to the airport. You don't have to touch anything else. If that's all you want to learn, that's great. That's how you activate the autopilot and how it guides you. Now let's say you wanted to go do some sightseeing or wanted to disengage it. All you got to do is click the roll and the altitude off, and you're back to stick and rudder. And it's easy to get it back activated again. You hit the roll to activate it, altitude to maintain a nice level flight for cruising speed. Now there's some other options down here. Let me zoom in here. There's this pitch wheel here, this white pitch wheel that that you use to pitch up and down, and this is your vertical speed here indicator. So if I were to pitch up, you could pitch up 500 feet per minute or 1,000 feet per minute and up. But usually I try to stick around 500 feet to 1,000 feet per minute. So if you want to gain altitude, what you do is you keep that roll button clicked, deselect the altitude, so now you can adjust your pitch up or down. So let's do that now. I'm scrolling it, so it should, in all reality, what's going on here? It should pitch up and down. Oh, it is. Okay. So I pitched up, so now we're pitching up 500 feet a minute. And you can adjust that either way with this wheel. As you can see, we're going up. If you want to level that off, you can just hit altitude again, and it brings you back to zero on the vertical speed. Okay, so another cool aspect of this is the heading feature here. So you see that marker that's moving around there when I turn this knob? That's your heading. So let's say you want to go to a waypoint or whatnot, you look at the heading and you want to go this way, you can turn that knob there, and if you click the heading button here, it should turn into your heading, as you can see it's doing now. So now it's going to follow this yellow marker rather than your GPS. So if you have a waypoint that you have to hit or you want to hit for sightseeing or whatever, you need to do a go around or whatever, you can use that heading key. So that's what that heading button's for. You can see we're following the heading, and if you twist this, it will turn accordingly, which is a cool feature. If you want to disengage that, you just click on the heading key again, and then it'll go right back to following your GPS as long as you have your roll set and this on GPS on your GPS unit. So that's pretty much the basics of the autopilot on here. There's other parts here that I said I wasn't going to get into, like here, because I'm not quite sure how to use these yet, but I'll learn that later. But that's just the easy way to use your autopilot, and this is going to take us right to Folsom without having to touch the sticks or rudders. So if you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. I just know that I've messed around a lot, and by trial and error I figured this out so far. There's probably more to it. If you want to add some information in the comments down below furthering to elaborate on how to control the navigation systems, feel free. I know there's a lot of people out there that probably have questions, and if you can answer them or add add to the knowledge base out there, that would be phenomenal. Leave your information in the comments down below. But yeah, that's the basics of this autopilot. So I hope you've learned something from it, and I enjoy sharing what I know so that you can fly and have fun as well. And I enjoy learning from you guys as well. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to let you guys go now, and you all have a great weekend or week, whatever's ahead of you. Stay safe and Godspeed.